Yeah.
Samurai Man, he's actually a speedrunner on various games, but he played Mario Kart Wii for a while. And actually, I didn't even know he played Mario Kart 8 up until this point, until seeing him on that lineup, so that'll be interesting. Twilla's is Finland's 6th if they are able to get him awake, but I don't think that's going to be likely here, as they didn't see the match time correctly or something like that, so we'll be looking toward the 5v5. Both of the players that won't be playing are at the bottom of your screens for both lineups. But for Brazil, on the other hand, Fasuke, Mr. Seep, Natty, Pedro, Ficine, and
solid lineup.
Yeah, we've seen Fasuke and Ficine and Natty, really. All three of them have done well for Brazil in the past. We'll have to see how well they can do against the likes of Finland this time around, as Finland appearing to be their closest potential match. And I believe if we're going to look at like point differentials, the matches so far for Brazil haven't been too pretty. I believe their closest match may have been against Canada, but don't quote me on that. I'm going to go ahead and check really quickly. Either way, every match has been like certainly more than 100-point differential. Like, okay, versus Canada, they lost by 208, I believe. Versus Canada, 208. Versus Team Germany, it was 100. Yeah, it was 193. So a little better against Team Germany, oddly enough. And then Brazil, just against Japan, that was not too hot.
It's not good for Brazil whatsoever.
Yeah. So their best matchup so far has been a slightly less than 200-point differential against Team Germany's quote-unquote B team. So we'll have to see if they can pull anything out against a Finnish lineup that, granted, is definitely not Finland's main lineup. They do have some of these players, Samurai Man, Swaggerly, and who haven't really played as much as the other players that they normally have play. So we'll have to see how they fare against the likes of Team Brazil.
Yeah, with Finland, I still wouldn't worry about some of those players. Luda and Samurai Man have been playing MK8 together for since it came out, and that's how a majority of the Finnish team is a lot of them are from the team Frozen Force, who is it's a clan of all Finnish players. And a lot of these guys play other games together, so it's not like they aren't familiar with each other, but they're definitely not the big names in the game, such as a Nike or a Ruby.
Yeah, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see those big names have that much of an impact in this 5v5. I wonder if there's any really change in how they play the game with the 5v5. I don't have too much experience with it, actually, and I don't actually even remember playing in many 5v5s at all when I played this game, so we'll have to see how that has an impact.
Yeah, they can be interesting, that's for sure. They definitely would rather want to do a 6v6, but 5v5 is a little column A, column B. It's like 50-50. Yeah.
I believe we're gonna say good luck to both of these teams, as it looks like they're gonna be starting soon enough. On your screen right now, I believe it is. Yeah, I believe it's gonna be Nike on this screen and Ficina on the other. And it looks like we should be starting soon, as Ficina is hosting the room. Right now, I'm going to be looking out for Natty here. I think Natty has been one of Brazil's best players over the past couple of matches for them.
Yeah, I mean he led. He scored 81 versus Japan. He led the team during that war. So he's clearly been improving.
We'll have to see how he fares. Of course, Brazil not going to be too high in the individual department, but if you're going to look at some of their individuals, Pedro leading the team at 26 points, 23. Okay, I can't see numbers at all. 25-point average so far for Pedro. And the second place person behind that is Natty with 23 points, Fasuke with 23 points in third, KY with 22 points in fourth, and Ficina in fifth with 22 points as well. So a lot of close-knit players and averages. We'll have to see how that goes for them, as we should be starting here on Sunshine Airport. And this is definitely a track where, if you get us a good start, certainly replicated over the course of that race. We'll have to see how they've managed in the first couple of turns here. And on your screen, of course, Ficina right now, Nike on the other screen in blue. Ficina off to a good start in first place, of course. Should be able to take advantage of that, as a couple of Finnish players behind him he's going to have to watch out for. And taking this first turn, it looks like Ficina's going to be fine, so we're going to be taking a look. Ooh, he's bumping a little bit into the wall, a little bit of an error from the part of Ficina, and Ruby able to make it in first all of a sudden, and Nike right behind him. And the Finnish top 2 is taking at it right now, right from the get-go.
It comes to no surprise.
We'll have to see what they can do here, as Nike might backspam this. No, not just yet. He's just going to play it safe, of course. We'll have to see. Oh, there's a red shell coming behind Ficina right now, and I think that's going to get him. Yes, Finland top 2 for now. Getting off to a very quick start. So I believe now Brazil in 3-4. Correct me if I'm wrong, but do I see... Because normally you're supposed to turn on computers, right? Are there 12 players in the room?
It looks like there are... No, there's just 10.
Okay. That's a little weird, because normally the host should be turning on computers just for the point differential. You might have to restart this one, actually. We'll have to see after this one, but for now, Nike still in second place. Looks like him and Ruby holding up the fort up here, but there are triple reds for Ficina here in fourth place, and his teammate is ahead of him. He won't be able to use it just yet. We'll see if he can approach Finland even more towards the end, but it looks like he's going to throw them in favor of potential shrooms. Looks like there's going to be one pop out of the box he hits, but Brazil's still in 3, 4, 5, 6. A lot of Finland, though. All of Finland is back there, and that's a little bit surprising, but Nike and Ruby is certainly doing their part to be able to hold Finland up top. That's a target shock, I believe.
Ooh, I don't know if they got him.
I don't know if that did get him. I don't think it did at all, actually. I don't even know if that was a target shock anymore, because I think not many people at all really got shocked from that one, and that's going to be a lot of people dodging behind Ficina here in 5th place. Question being who it is. As he shrooms into 5th place, it will be his teammate Pedro finishing ahead of him. Maybe not, actually. He gets 4th place at the very end. We'll have to see how they fare towards the end of this one. As, yeah, Finland getting top 2 and 7, 9, 10, but computers kind of being absent from this one. We'll have to see how on this one. As I know the point differential, the point distribution, sorry, is a little bit wacky for 5v5s in this game. It's definitely not the same as in Mario Kart Wii.
Yeah, it kind of almost cuts the score in half, but it makes it by like less than 150. It makes it a little weird. We'll have to see. Looks like the baby park is already being busted out right now. And it looks like there's going to be a... Oh, no, okay. Yeah, so, okay, we're not going to be playing with bots in this one. 5v5 just straight up. And we'll be adjusting accordingly with the points. But for now, baby park, their early pick that... Brazil probably wanted, considering that Finland got top 2. We'll have to see how they advance onto this Finnish top 2. Is Ficina able to drift up into 2nd place, but not before getting bumped around. And Jake, this is definitely going to be a chaotic race that we love watching every time. Yeah, I don't know how happy Finland were with that pick, because, you know, because it's just the sheer randomness of this track. Let's see if they can hold it. Oh God, Ficina getting bananaed, I believe, by his home teammate. He's going to try to snipe Finland there, but it's not going to look like he's going to be able to get him right off the bat. Triple shoots for him. He should be able to cut through the grass here. Oh, he's going to have to watch out for Samu here. There's Samurai Man, as he is in 5th place with that Piranha. He looks like he's going to be able to take that shortcut tight, and Ficina still streaming through in 4th place. Nike and Ruby still holding on the top 2 in the 5th lap. They're going to have to see what they can do here, as still certainly very close. A fireball being held by... Oh, no, he's throwing it forward, actually. Wasn't able to connect just yet. He still has a little bit of time. 1 lap left. Fireball still in play. It's going to be tough here as the green shell is bouncing around. They're going to have to watch out here. And time for a new item, Ficina says. Looks like he's going to be able to get that shroom on the 7th lap. Nothing happening just yet. That's going to be... Oh, God, no red shell just yet. It looks like Finland is going to keep their top 2. And Ficina
able to move up in the 4th place, but Brazil keeping 3-4-5 the entire race, and actually nothing changed. I don't think anything changed except Luda moving up. So I don't know how that happens on Baby Park, but quite literally nobody really moved. You don't see that.
Then, that definitely worked in Finland's favor then.
I never knew Baby Park to be such a front-running track, but I guess that will be the case, and probably aided by the fact that this is a 5v5, less players in the race, of course, and in a tight track like Baby Park, probably 2 players make a difference there.
Yeah, definitely. You never know with those 2 extra players. There's more chances for the more offensive items like shocks or reds, and I don't know if you saw the mini map, but the blue came like as 4th place crossed the finish line, and that could have played a huge part. So
we'll have to see here. Finland only winning by a score of 59 to 57, so a 2-point affair right now as they head into the 3rd track here. Both Ruby and Nike having the max amount of points for their team so far, and they still only up by 2 right now. As it's going to be a little tough for Finland to have Nike and Ruby carry them all the way into 5v5 format. An early green thrown by Fachina, but not before he gets bumped all the way around. Getting that draft, he's going to be able to move up a little bit, but Brazil still in 3-4-5. They're going to have to be very, very careful here, as they need to be able to keep the bottom finish players out of top spots while not bumping themselves off as well. Fachina still in 4th place going into this last straight of Music Park. Still a bit of time for them to be able to get some triple reds on them in 2nd place. I see it looks like Finland doesn't have top 2 anymore just yet, but it looks like they're streaming back up. Brazil, now 3 of the... oh no, that's Natty going down. That's another huge Finnish player going down. That's Fasike going around about in 1st. It looks like he may be able to get an edge onto them. A green shell being thrown by Fachina, but that might be bouncing for his teammate. Not just yet, the green shell says, and Nike still barely in 1st place, battling it out with Fasike, but Fasike going down, and Nike taking a firm grip on 1st for now as Fachina trails him in 2nd place. It looks like Nike able to do well there, holding out his back spam for Fasike. And Fachina losing ground on him in 2nd place, so we'll have to see what Brazil has in store for them, if they have anything in store for them. Not a Brazil, a boomerang being thrown out for Team Brazil. I believe that's a blooper that might have an effect on Nike's drift here as we approach this very long 1st turn on the last lap of this course. Fachina not getting the best items, or at least the items he wants to get. He's throwing those short bananas quite early, so that's implying that a Brazilian member is behind him. He doesn't need the protection right now. He's going to go very aggressive for this 1st place. And right now, I'm assuming the thing he wants most, the triple reds, he's only going to get 1 of them right now. And taking that turn a little bit wide, he's certainly losing ground pretty quickly, so Nike most likely securing that 1st place for Team Finland, and another 12 points for him in 1st place. There's a blue shell right now, though. Is that going to come a little too late? Yeah, that's going to come late. I believe that's going to be held by a Finnish member, and I don't know. I think Brazil's going to get another good race here. We'll have to see where Ruby ends up on this one, as I believe I do see a couple of the Finnish memes back there. Oh, no, that's Brazil in bottom spots. Luda, Samurai, and Ruby. And especially Luda and Samurai able to catch up and finally do their part. Finland winning this one now.
Yeah, that was a good race from the Eagle Owls. I saw that Ruby 1st lap actually on Nike's screen looks like he got squished by the fat music note at the end there.
all right. I did not see that.
That's unfortunate. For tough break for Ruby, but overall good performance by Finland so far.
Certainly, Nike actually is the one who scored 2nd place 2 times in a row, and he took over Ruby's chain of 1st place, string of 1st place. It looks like Finland now has 90 points, and Brazil, on the other hand, not as much, certainly. But it's still 90 to 84, and certainly with the point distribution being a little bit wonky, as we were noting it before, it's a bit harder to really gain much of a lead in this 5v5 format. So.
Yeah, once you know you don't play 6v6, the wars get very, very close, and especially if it's very kind of back and forth like it's been this war so far. You know, as you said, it's only 6 or 7 points between the 2 teams, so it can get really crazy and really intense really fast.
We'll have to see here what they can do as Nike approaching this turn that so desperately needs that orange mini turbo. It looks like Ficina isn't able to get it himself, and Nike going to be able to move up to an early first place. He still should be able to gain a little bit of lead here. This is definitely a track where you can get off to an early lead as these narrow pathways here. A little bit hard to pass for some of them in the middle pack. We'll have to see how that affects Brazil as they do occupy 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe, from the very get-go. And looks like he's in 4th place. Ficina is that banana. That bomb nearly coming within a hair's distance there. Ficina still in 5th place, but now Finland moving up. Bumping Ficina off the track. It looks like Ruby does have triple shrooms to his name, and he should be able to take this into what should be a top 2 for Finland coming up soon. Ficina not getting the best of drips there, sent back to 7th place, and we don't see too much of Brazil here anymore. A lot of blue and white here as we approach this lap 3, but Nike no longer in 4th anymore. And I believe this is a 1-3-4 for Finland as Ruby has approached 1st place. We have to wonder where the hell Brazil is right now, as there's a lot of shrooms being generated for Finland in top spots, and not looking too hot here, as I believe Brazil has something near bottom 4. Triple shrooms for Ficina in 7th. He needs to be able to take the grass shortcuts as effectively as possible, and he will be able to get at least in the 5th place past his teammate, I think. Maybe, no.
Whoa.
I think that's Finland passing him at the last second, and Finland should be able to get a solid result out of this one. Top 2-4 for the Finnish nation and Brazil. Although they are able to get some of those spots behind that. Certainly a disappointing Grand Prix for them, or at least some of them, but Ficina 28 points for them, not too shabby. The 41 and 39 definitely helping Finland as they do clutch onto that GP1 win.
Yeah, and the key there to Brazil still keeping it close is Swaggly getting that 6 points. If any teammate has single points in a GP, that's not very good. So got to pick it up for GP2 and 3.
122 points for the Finnish side, and on the Brazilian side, 110 points. So, as we were saying before, the point differential per GP, per race even, isn't going to really change too much. So, even though that the gap right now doesn't seem like too much, it's still going to be hard for Brazil to overcome.
Yeah, they're going to have to make some big plays here in the next GP if they want to stay in it.
I believe still everybody in the room, so we will await the room start as soon as possible. But yeah, Nike and Ruby getting 80 of their 120 plus points in that, of Finland's 120 plus points in that Grand Prix. More than nearly 2/3 of their points, so certainly doing their work. It's definitely appearing to be. It's going to look like it's going to come down to the work of Finland's other players, as they do only have a 12-point differential going into the 2nd Grand Prix.
Yeah, they can't just continue to put them in their backpack and stroll along. The rest of Team Finland's got to really step it up.
$148 people watching this with us right now, and we thank you guys for tuning in for what really is an honor match more than anything else.
Yep, it's for pride.
And going into 2nd Grand Prix, we'll have to see which teams can really gain the edge on pride per se, as we are going to be continuing with a dry desert. And Finland having top 2-4, probably not the best of picks for them. They certainly probably didn't want this. As Brazil looking to catch up from their middle to bottom spots at the beginning of this one.
It looks like the racers are just going to straight out race. There's not going to be any strat or anything start of the race. So
yeah, we've seen a couple of times some racers just go backwards and get a lot of shrooms to be able to catch up to first. And sometimes that actually works very well for them. So we'll have to see if this straight up racing will do the trick for at least Ficina here. In 5th place, the boomerang wandering around him. Nearly snipes his own teammate there. I'm not sure what he was thinking, but he ends up getting someone else in the process. So he is still in 5th place. Single green shell to his name. Gonna have to go wide on the shortcut here, and probably will be losing a little bit of a lead to. Ooh, that's Finland. That's Ruby getting sniped in 1st place, and Nike getting bumped into the stand, losing 1st place as well. Brazil top 2 all of a sudden, and Natty and Pedro doing their part to be able to not only snipe Ruby out of first, but gain on the likes of Nike here. He does have a boomerang, though. Brazil gonna have to play it. That bomb, though. Oh, my goodness.
Wow,
Ruby getting destroyed.
Snipe.
And these snipes coming in.
no scope incoming. Holy hell.
Not only the banana, but the bomb coming in for Brazil, and a solid job for them. But unfortunately for Team Brazil, Nike getting triple shrooms in 5th. That's certainly a great item for him, as the top spots are certainly not too far away. And I really did not expect him to get this kind of item, given the distance from first place. But we'll have to see how far he can take this. As I should be able to take the shortcut with this, and is now in 2nd place with 2 whole shrooms.
This is not good for Brazil. Nike with shrooms. He's gonna. He's a smart player. He's gonna know when to use those, and he's gonna take full advantage of them.
He's certainly gonna be holding on to them, at least to take them through the sand. But Pedro does have that sound horn. Will he choose to use it soon? Not exactly yet, he says. I'm not exactly. Oh, Pedro getting sniped in the middle of the quicksand there, and that's gonna be
teammate.
Yeah, I think by his own teammate. His teammate must have not even. Oh no. And Fachina in 2nd place here. He does have a green shell, but there's going to be a lot of people passing him, I think. No, not a single soul passing him just yet. He should be able to take 2nd place, it seems. 2nd place for Brazil, 1st place for Nike and Finland. And Brazil getting 2, 3, 4. Certainly a race win for them. There.
Jeez, that could have been so much worse. But thankfully, somehow Brazil pulled it out in the end.
Yeah, Brazil, I believe they were able to get someone shrooming in a middle spot into 3rd place with Natty. I think it was only one or even a maximum of 2 people who took shortcut towards the end there. So not too many people being able to use what is so known about dry deserts. And
yeah, that shortcut at the end is infamous for making or breaking wars or individual races. So good stuff from Brazil, and lucky that no one took full advantage of that shortcut in the end.
32-26 that race, and it's going to be Brazil with 142 points and Finland with 148. So all of a sudden, certainly still a very close match. That race being a race win by 6 points.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just chopping away at that gap.
And now it's going to go Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing stage on Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, but they got the worst one.
Yeah, what? The worst one? Bruh, Spring.
Well, Spring has all the ramps.
Yeah, but Spring is like God-tier graphics and aesthetics.
Oh my god, okay.
Fachina in 2nd place. It looks like he's going to be able to overtake 1st place very quickly there, as Finland maybe dropping the ball a little bit, but not before his own teammates dropped the ball. Or at least they dropped the shells right into him.
No, it was Nike. Nike sniped 2 of them.
Oh, Nike, all right. Nike sniping 2 of them. It looks like
the power play.
Fachina should be able to advance onto some of them here after a green snipe on the Team Finland. And a fireball for Fachina, but not before getting blown into the sand. Looking after that. Looking out for the pop-up from the ground there, as he is in 9th place after 1 lap. He's going to spam his fireballs to his teammates, and I think that's going to get it. Yeah, 1 teammate down and 1 player from Finland, as he does get triple shrooms to be able to advance on up the track in 6th place right now. I think that's Brazil's Fasuke in 1st place, as we can see on Nike's screen. And now Brazil still holding in the 1st place. That will be absolutely crucial to be able to catch up to Finland here in the overall score. Right now, well, it looks like he's holding out a green as Brazil is approaching him. Will he be able to get him? Doesn't seem to be the case. So we tune into Brazil having a lot of majority middle spots, but it's going to be Fachina going down to a red shell in 7th place, I believe, and that's him back in last place. Nike in 2nd place still hasn't been able to gain any ground whatsoever on Fasuke, as Fasuke holding up the pack very well here. But I believe this is going to be a Brazil 1-3 at the moment right now.
Ooh, but Nike does pull the bomb. Let's see what he does with it.
Ooh, it looks like he might be able to do something with it. As we do know, there's a little bit of a ramp coming up soon. He might be able to chuck it over there and maybe get 1st place. We'll have to see. He's going to go for it. Yeah, I think that's him. No, he's not going to go for it just yet. He's going to hold it for protection. And I don't think there's many people coming past him. Yeah, he's just going to hold it straight up, not going to go for the bomb snipe, play it safe. That's a 2nd place for him. And behind him, Fachina. It looks like Finland's going to get 2, 3, 4, but bottom 2. So we'll have to see how that affects the overall standings, of course. So that's Nike with 22 points after 2 races.
And of course, I gotta give a shout out to the Fosu fans. Release the Fosu, he got first, and I'm sure there's more to come.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's more to come. He should be able to take that first place into some more successive first place. So we'll have to see what he can do with that. 54 points for Finland in this Grand Prix. Brazil having, I believe, 62. So an 8-point lead for Brazil in this Grand Prix. And I believe that's 15 is streaming a little.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it might be shutting down for a little bit. But Finland before this Grand Prix started winning by 12 points, and they dropped the ball in that one on the first race, losing it by 6. And now Brazil is only trailing by 8, meaning Finland won that last race by 2 points. And we'll have to see how this plays out here.
Ooh, Fosu burning out at the start.
Oh, okay. Fasuke is going to very quickly lose his first place, and that's going to very much hurt Brazil here, as Finland should be able to take top 3 from the get-go.
You cannot give Nike first on a track like this. He's just that sucks for Fosu.
172 to 176 actually right now for Finland, so not very much of a lead being held on to. And it looks like Nike may be able to run with this if Brazil doesn't catch up in time. Green shell for him in first place. And I believe he's not even going to bother pulling this one out, as his teammate should be right behind him. We do see a boomerang being used, though, or at least hear it. And looks like that was the third use of the boomerang, of course, extending a little bit further than it normally would. Not able to connect with the top 2 from Finland. Royal Raceway.
Oh, Nike, come on, Nike.
Ooh,
You're better than that, Nike.
Nike, he's been in the grass for like the past 3 seconds. All right, there we go. Green shell for him in second place, and it looks like Ruby and Nike are going to be able to get right next to each other, maybe hopefully draft each other. And that's going to be a draft for Nike, but that's not going to help too much as they were on the boost pads. So
next level tactics from Finland right now, drafting off each other.
There's a green shell going around, but it looks like they're going to avoid it there. The blueprint not affecting them too much as Nike's still in first place, and the gap is still ever so present between top 2 and Nike. Once again, running into the grass there, but he can't afford it. There's a little bit of a lead here, but Fasuke wants back on his first place. We see his me in third place on the mini-map. There's a red shell coming out for Nike here. But Fasuke is certainly chaining that into the item box. I don't believe he got another red, though. So it will be Finland still in top 2. And it looks like Nike getting that single shroom. No protection as of yet. He does get red shelled. That will be happening soon. But he should be able to get a single shroom used on the grass part here. There should be a Finland top 2 as we await the finish. Finish of this race here. As top 2 from Finland will be closing off the race on Royal Raceway. And there's a lot happening at the end there. Wasn't able to catch the race results, but that's a top 3 bottom 2 for Finland. Swaggily quite literally scoring, I believe. Wait, this is after 3 races, right? Or 2 or 4?
I believe we're into 3 races.
Okay.
I think.
So Swaggily, we were talking about it before. The minimum amount of points he's getting right now for Team Finland. It's certainly not helping, and it's definitely keeping Brazil in this.
Yeah, I think his total points right now he's at 10, and it's not good. He's got to get up there and get a top 3 spot at one of these races to really kick it in high gear for Finland.
Oh my god.
Also, quick shout out to Nike for the style points in that finish, going into the water at the finish line.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until the very end, and I didn't note it, but yeah, certainly a good point there, drifting right into the lake, or pond, or whatever you want to call it. Either way, that's going to be Finland's lake there, as they will be able to take that race win, and Finland going to be approaching this last race. I believe they...
Cheese.
Yeah, Brazil hopefully hoping to get some cheese of their own here, as they will be looking for some of the shortcuts on this track. Finland starting off in top 3 though, and watch out, Nike getting bumped a little bit to the wall there. Fortunately enough for him, being that wall before it dipped him into what was off-road, but now he's gonna hit a part of that cheese there.
And that was all Fosu coming in, ramming speed and getting Nike off the course. Well done.
Yeah, and that's going to be Nike now paying for it in 7th place, which will bananas around his teammates as well. Going to be able to get one of them. And Nike definitely not helping himself out here, as does hurt his teammates a little bit there, but a little hard to avoid. I believe Brazil just fell off right in front of him. That's going to be Natty going down from the green and yellow. And now Nike with the single use of a single shroom, he's going to get back into 3rd place, but red shelled immediately, and that's going to be him getting sent back from 3rd place to a mediocre 6th, 8th, 7th. We don't know just yet, but triple shrooms for a teammate next to him. He's going to probably drop back to 8th now. Ooh.
And right now, Nike just getting bodied.
Absolutely destroyed right now. And we can see the pack definitely growing right now. We do see that mini-map. And it's not looking too hot for Nike in the Finnish nation here, as we do see Samu and another teammate here from Team Finland in 7, 8, 9. Nike needing to be able to catch up. He does obviously go shroom, but he's probably going to chain it here for something better. That's going to be definitely better. Instead of a single mushroom, he's going to be able to get a single golden mushroom. That will.
Nike.
Oh, Nike! No, what are you doing? It looks like he's slipped up a little bit, and so he's going to crash into the wall there.
Looking like a confused man right now out there in Cheeseland.
Looking like me right now in Cheeseland. It looks like he's in 8th place right now. Not getting any shrooms just as of yet, but he should be able to hit that item box there. A star for him. That's not going to be as well as he'd like it to be, but Mr. C, with that star next time, he's going to have to watch out, as Finland occupying a lot of bottom spots right now. A blue shell being sent out as well. Mr. C is going to fall down, I believe. No, that is a little bit of lag, a chaining of a star right here. Brazil falling down. There's a blue shell at the very end of it. And Nike at the very end of the race should be able to get at least a 3rd place. A very solid comeback for him as he chains that star for triple shrooms at the very end of it. Fosu coming up with the 1st place again. And Brazil top 2, 4, 5. This might be Brazil winning at the end of this one, as Brazil definitely able to bring it back. Great job on Brazil's part right there.
I'm getting the goosebumps, Eric. That was a hell of a race from Brazil.
That was one hell of a race from them. And Brazil, out of nowhere, it looks like they're going to be able to make a match out of nothing here. And oh my goodness, Finland.
Oh, Fosu, he is released. He
is released right now, as it's going to be a little tough now for Finland to be able to make much of anything. Looks like a 108 point total for Finland, that GP. And Brazil, on the other hand, having 124.
Wow.
So certainly a great Grand Prix for Team Brazil. And wow, this is certainly shaping up. I mean, I know 5v5s are naturally close, but still, like, I still very much appreciate this. A GP score of 108 to 124. And I'm hoping to be able to get that first Grand Prix picture. Yeah, okay, there we go. I have it already still. So Ruby scoring 41 points in that first Grand Prix. And Nike doing very solid as well with 39. Wasn't able to do as well, I believe, in that second GP. So
no, they definitely got trouble that second GP.
122 points for Finland in that first Grand Prix. So we'll have points up very shortly for you guys. As I believe that's 232 available in every 5v5, 5v5 after 4 races. So 232 points available. Finland getting 122 points in that first Grand Prix. Yeah, I think Brazil is winning this one now. By 2 points, actually. I'll confirm the scoring a little bit, but I believe that will be the case as they approach the last 4 races here. And wow, we've got a match certainly set up for us. 110 to 124.
This turned out better than we could have ever hoped.
234 for Brazil, and no, that's a 4-point lead right now. And that's 230 for Finland. So Brazil out of nowhere might be looking to their first win, as I'm sure they could really use it right now and really want to do this for their team. And we do know that a Brazilian team member having a close person to them in some trouble right now. We wish the best for them, and we hope that Brazil is able to get a win for him here as going into this first race of Grand Prix 3. It's going to be an Excite Bike. Has Fachina's stream popped up for you?
Yeah, it's back on.
Okay, I will put that back on right now. All right. Excite Bike. Nike in third place.
Interesting course.
Yeah, definitely an interesting one. We do see a Brazil in top 2, but realistically, that's not going to last long for either team. And, oh my god, I think that's both of Finland in top 2 going down. Yeah, that's going to be Nike going down from 1st to 8th place, 9th place right now. And that green is going to, no, not just yet. Yeah, the green isn't going to get his teammate just yet, but Nike all of a sudden in 9th place. We'll have to see how this treats the others here.
Right now, Ficine steadily in 1st place.
He does have that banana to be able to hold off at least one red shell to come for him. But I believe that's a teammate behind him, so we'll have to see how this fares for him. Nike back here in the meantime, a crazy 8 being used. He is able to get at least one Brazilian member, I believe, and a SAR to... No, he doesn't get him just yet. That's a blue shell, though. For Ficine, he's going to get knocked back in 1st. Will he be getting hit any further?
But in comes the man Fosu in 1st, baby.
Fosu in 1st place right now. Brazil in 2nd place. And it looks like Ficine is going to have to hold out the banana because Finland looking to certainly approach the Selikau here as... Yeah, that's Luda in 2nd place. A bomb for Ficine, though. He might be able to get one off onto Luda.
If he gets it, though, he doesn't want to hit his teammate.
And he doesn't want to hit himself, realistically. Oh, just barely avoiding that. Triple red for him, though, in 4th place. He should be able to get Ruby here. Ruby going down to the red shell. Nike's already back in 6th, gets bombed as well. But we do see another red going for the 2nd place finish player. And if this does connect, it does connect. Brazil have 1-3 still. A Piranha he's going to have to avoid. Watch out, Ficine. That Piranha is right all over him. He's still barely able to avoid that. And going into this last turn here, he's going to have to do some special plays here as it's neck and neck between 2nd and 3rd. A boomerang for him. A red shell comes out, but I believe he gets the boomerang off in time. Yeah, he gets it off in time. It's going to be a top 2 for Brazil. Nike, in the meantime, tries to get that boomerang onto Team Brazil here, but it's not going to be the case. Brazil gets top 4 on Excite Bike, and oh my god, they might be pulling away with this one.
Oh my, that's huge from Brazil.
They were only winning by 4 points before that one, but I think it's going to be a little bit more of a lead here as Fasuke, another 1st place for him, and Ficine as well behind him, Pedro behind him, and Natty behind him as well. So, oh boy, that's 40 points for Brazil in a single race. And we haven't seen a dominant race like that in the whole war. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be it's gonna be a 40 to 18 race. And that might have been it for Team Finland. They need to be able to bring it back here, and I want to see Finland what they can do here if they should be able to bring this one back. This is the biggest the point differential has been the whole war, 274 to 248 right now. And it looks like oh, someone picked Driftway, but it looks like it's gonna be looks like yeah, I note that because nobody picks Driftway. Anyway, Ice Outpost being picked here.
Interesting move for the Brazilians to pick an ice course for the finish. We'll see how this pays off.
We'll have to see if the ice will turn out well for the finish. What do you guys think in the chat? Will Brazil be able to take this one away, or will Finland be able to mount a comeback? Type in hashtag BRA win or hashtag FIN win if you believe either Brazil will win or Finland will win correspondingly. And right now on Ficine's screen, he should be able to get off to a very early start. 3 sound horns! Oh my goodness, I don't know what happened behind them. It looks like a huge pack right there is right next to them. They don't know what to do.
They're all holding it. No one's doing anything.
They're holding onto them. This is an absolute stalemate right now. 1 sound horn being used, 2 sound horns being used, and that's going to be Ficine here in 4th place, as I believe that's a Finnish player falling back. And that's, yeah, Brazil top 3 right now. And Nike getting hit by the first sound horn we did see on his screen, so he's going to get hit by a sound horn and a green shell, sent back to 9th place, and Nike, I don't know anymore, man. I really do not know.
So far, it's not looking good for Finland at all.
It looks like Ficine was able to get red shelled while holding a Piranha, and Ruby was still able to pass him, so good job on Ruby. I believe he's one of Finland's only representatives up here, as they do need to be able to catch up on these last 2 laps of Ice Outpost. Ficine, 7th place, right next to Nike, and Nike doing everything he can do to be able to catch up. Nike still around that green shell, getting on Nike. And Ficine coming up lucky with those green shell bouncing. That green shell bouncing, that smart green going around. But he's going to get started soon enough by Nike, as Nike's definitely hungry for a comeback. And it looks like our 2 streamers here in bottom spots for what should be a majority Brazilian top spot race, at least right now. But there's still a little bit of time left.
Oh, the bomb back on Ficine.
Yeah, Ficine's going to get hit up into 10th place right now. And Samurai, he's going to have to catch up. He's still in 9th place. And Finland, they need to get up there. I know Ruby is up there right now for Team Finland. he certainly needs help. Ruby is in 4th place. Brazil with top 3 on the minimap as we see it. And oh boy, Nike still in 6th place behind Luda here. Triple greens for him.
Finland making moves right now.
He wants to be able to catch up. He does. Oh my goodness, that's still him getting hit by his own teammate there. He's going to throw that green forward. He's going to bounce off a couple things, but he does get triple reds. He should be able to protect himself at the very least here. There is a shock being used. Oh, that's Vecina dodging at the very end. That's going to be him getting 6th place. We'll see it from Nike's perspective really quick. That's triple reds for him in 6th place, but that's a star dodge for Brazil at the very end. And Brazil getting 1-4-6. I'm not too sure as to what to think of that race in terms of results, but we'll have to see.
It cuts away at the deficit, but it's still not enough. They can do better.
Finland is gonna need an absolutely tremendous last race from them, as Brazil is still having top 2, 4, 5 in the overall results, and this is gonna be tough for the blue and white, as they certainly wouldn't like to leave this tournament without a win in hand, but it seems like that may be the case here.
Also, spotlight on Swaggly right now for having 7 points in 2 races.
We don't say that like sarcastic. We do say that out of seriousness, because out of the last 2 Grand Prix, he hasn't been doing too hot really. And one of the key components for Finland, in order for them to be able to win, they needed him to do better, and he is doing better in this last Grand Prix. So shout out to him, as it's gonna take I think a GCN Yoshi circuit. 67 points for Brazil here. There are 2 races still left, I believe. So
this should be a good one for Nike and Ruby to take in. It's very technical, as we were talking about a few days ago, and I expect them to do very well on this course.
Finland 279 to 301 for Brazil. And Brazil certainly expecting this one to go in their favor. Or at least hopefully so. We do see Nike starting off in 5th place. Vecina is already in the middle of lap 1. I'm going to go ahead and refresh Nike's stream here, as we are going to go to Vecina's perspective for this race right now. He's in 9th place behind a couple of blue uniforms, but he's going to be able to get a snipe on, I believe, Samurai there. And it's going to be him moving up into a better position here. And he's getting some movement up at the 6th place. He does have the red shell. He's going to drag it out as soon as possible, because he is in between a blue and white sandwich as he approaches the end of this lap 1 here. Swaggly ahead of him. He's going to throw it a little bit before this item box, and nicely done. Nice timing, so Swaggly couldn't pull out that item box to be able to avoid that red shell.
Pulls a shroom.
Pulls a shroom to be able to take the shortcut. Fossick in 3rd place, but I believe that's Finland in top 2 right now. We'll have to see here. Nike in 6th, 8th place in the bottom spot. Samurai doing well to represent his team here in 2nd place. But he's going to get, smart greened, and that's going to be only Ruby in 1st place right now. Vecina in 2nd place. Brazil having 2, 3, 4, I believe. Nike needs to be able to catch up if he wants his teammates and his team to have a chance going into this last one. He is in 4th place with a single shroom. Watch out for Natty, though. Watch out for the red shell, though. And that's going to be him getting redded. That's 3 reds for Brazil in 4th place. How will Nike be able to react to this as Pedro going super wide? Well played on his part, letting his teammate get ahead of him and being able to wall off some of Finland here. But he does get triple shrooms, though. Nike needs to be careful here. He needs to be able to catch it right now. Ooh, Fossick getting redded by his own teammate there off the track. So Nike in 5th place. A little bit of a come up here. I believe this is Brazil still in 2, 3, 4, but there's a lot of them clustered here. They might be bumping themselves into oblivion here, as we do have a couple of last turns. Nike trying to catch up on them here. Single shroom for him. He is within close distance to them. A single shroom for him as well. He might be able to catch up on them. That's 1 down. He might be able to outline Mr. C here. Will that be the case? He gets past one of them. That's a 3rd place for them. And 1, 3, 6, 7 should be a solid race for Finland as they go into this last race. Definitely a close call here. I believe that's a narrow race win for Finland, but they're going to need more than a narrow race win on this last race.
And Nike owes that finish to Ruby for getting so far ahead and affecting the item system so that he could get a shroom.
Certainly, yeah. He got 2 single shrooms in a row. That definitely allowed him to be able to catch on up. Shout out to Ruby for helping him out there in terms of the item distribution. So right now, we do want to get a final score before this last race so we can keep up with everything, because there is, of course, only 1 more race to be able to get that win for either Brazil and Finland. 79 points for the Finnish side this Grand Prix. And I believe that's going to be 74 for the Brazilian side. 329 to 309 right now.
And again, a fitting end to the war going to Rainbow Road.
Top 4 and 8th place wins the race, wins the war for Finland. Rainbow Road finishing this one off. And what certainly has been a very, very fun and exciting match to watch here between the Finnish nation and Brazil.
Yep. Ridiculous war.
We do see Salakau here in 3, 4, 5, and that's going to be Finland breaking off to a very early top 2, but not before Ruby gets bananaed, I believe, by his own teammate there in Brazil in 2, 3, 4. They are going to be hounding this first place as they do have the spots behind him. Nike, the sole representative from the blue and white here. I believe that's a single shrimp for Nadi in 4th place. It's going to be so tough for Ruby here. Oh, that's a Facine falling off here on the shortcut part, and that's going to be a couple of Brazilian flags we do see back here. Will Finland at least be able to get top 4 is the question. They need to be able to do so if they want to have any hopes of winning this one. And Nike's still in 1st place. You should be able to, oh, that's a Brazil landing for Chino. No, unfortunate part there. He's going to be back in 8th place. We do see Mr. C around him. Luda in 7th place, and there. Finland has to hope that they don't have a bottom spot right now in order to hold a shred of hope here. Oh, a shock for Facino. Oh, no.
Oh, man, this could be huge.
I think this is going to be it for Team Finland. With such an enormous glider part, I don't think there's any way they mess this up. I don't think there can be any way they mess this up. They can't afford to be able to mess this up. Finland holding on to 1st. No, not anymore right now, at least. Nike in 6th place, and we have to wonder what happened there up there. But Finland in 4, 5, 6. We don't see Ruby right now, so it could be the case that Ruby is up there. We'll have to see. As Nike in 4th place with that piranha, nearly falling off there, but he does see Nadi in the distance there. Want to be able to catch up onto him as Ruby is still in 2nd place. They might be able to get a slight advantage here.
Oh, they're waiting. They're waiting.
They're waiting for it. Okay, they're going to wait this shock out. Triple Shrooms here. That's a crazy 8 ahead of him. Nike's going to have to watch out here. That's a bomb being thrown back, but it's not going to explode just yet. And I think this should be a race win and a match win for Brazil. If nothing happens in these last couple of seconds here, that's a shock at the very end as well. And I don't think Nike's going to be able to pass him out. Yeah, that's going to be a race win. And that's going to be Brazil holding on to this win. As Brazil certainly upsetting Finland in this last match for both of these two teams. And congratulations to Brazil for being able to notch that win in a 5 versus 5 for them. Oh boy, that was a great match for the Brazilians. Unfortunate for Finland, as I'm not sure if they would have preferred a 6 versus 6, but certainly still not doing good, as they weren't able to get that main lineup of theirs. And a win for Team Brazil, finally, after all the support has come for them in the past couple of races, past couple of matches actually. It's very good to see it for the Brazilian side. A 28-30 race in favor of the Finnish, but it's not going to be enough here, as Finland will be finishing off with 339, and Brazil, on the other hand, 359. So, congratulations to Brazil for having won by 22 points there, and Finland will not even be getting the bonus point, as they quite marginally win there. And thank you to both teams for having participated in the World Cup. We appreciated your presence and throughout the highs and lows of it. But Jake, overall thoughts on that war? I mean, I know that was a very intense and fun war to cast over, but any last thoughts before we get into some of our next matches?
You know, shout out to Brazil. After, you know, we've talked about it plenty of times, after everything that's gone on with their teammate and their loved one in a bad condition right now, and you know, 0-3 going into this match, having one of the worst offenses in the league. You know, it's good. It was a good story. It was really a good story to hear. It was a fantastic story, even if they didn't, you know, move on to the next round. And same to Finland too. You know, they both did, even though they didn't get the results they wanted. They were both great teams to watch, and I wish them best of luck in the future.
Certainly. And Jake, I don't believe we'll be seeing you in the cast anymore unless you have any last-second urges to cast that